want to take this opportunity to just inform the public that we are actually going to Khartoum, Sudan, and we are going on a mission, bilateral mission, for the meetings of the joint political security mechanisms. You're all aware that the joint political security mechanism is a mechanism that was established by the cooperation agreement, and it handles issues of cooperation and so on and so forth between the two countries, border issues, crossing issues, the remaining issues of the CPAs and so on. The last two meetings were held in Juba, and we were supposed to go to Khartoum in March, but because of COVID-19 we could not. So now we are going to follow up on some of those meetings. A number of issues have been agreed, but a number of issues remain outstanding. So we'll go and do our best to see to it that we address those outstanding issues. We feel that the time is opportune. The fact that the environment is now very conducive, with the signing of the peace agreement, Sudan peace agreement, which was signed in Juba, which we should now call the Juba peace agreement, and also our own peace agreement. So it's an opportunity for us to start afresh with enthusiasm, because we are all in the path of implementing the agreement. So two of my colleagues are members of this committee as well, and they will say something.
Yes, this is a meeting that is largely rotational in nature. It's a product of the cooperation agreement that we signed with the Sudan in 2012. In that cooperation agreement, security aspects have a separate protocol that addresses the issues that relate to security matters along the border and matters that arise out of that. We are this time meeting in Khartoum, and we will pick from where the parties stopped. And as mentioned by my colleague, the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, time is much more opportune now than before between the two parties to discuss the matters that are contained in the cooperation agreement. It's not only one area, it also addresses the issues of trade, banking, freedoms that have been signed, and we would want to finalize the issues of the corridors that are being opened now. We have agreed initially on 4 to be open. Now, the one of Rang, the one in Magenis, which is part of north of Upper Nile, will also handle the one that is that comes to Bantu from Hijlich, and we are going to handle as well the one of Tumsah. The one of Mairam has been partly operational. We will operationalize in full. We have already prepared ground for the human resource that will man these corridors, and we are expected to conclude most of these practical aspects. We would also want to go and look at issues of transport, river transport, and the matters that would be arising out of that. We intend to actually use the barges of Khartoum in the larger section of the Nile down to Juba, and this is something that we will have to discuss. We will have to discuss the issues of cooperation, training, since Sudan had a step ahead of us in terms of training of police, prisons, civil defense. These are areas that we will revisit. So it's largely something that that is going to return back for the good of the two people of the two Sudans. Well, the potential challenges have already been handled, and if they were not handled, they couldn't have been designated to be open. So remove the challenges. Human life is always struggle. Should any impediments come, which are foreseen, they will still be surmounted. As to time, yes, we have designated the end of this month as the beginning of the movement between the two people.
Thank you very much. As my colleagues have just elaborated in detail what we are going to do, I would also like to join them by saying that it is the role of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation to coordinate issues, to follow up on some of the gaps, if at all they do exist. Things to do with also pension benefits for some of our people who work in Sudan. We also have a number of South Sudanese residing in Sudan, and then Sudanese also residing in South Sudan. We want to ensure that they exist wherever they are peacefully, because that is provided for in our 4 freedoms. That's one. Secondly, we share a very long border with Sudan. We want to make sure that preparations on the ground are adequate, that we have whether it is police posts or whatever, so that our people can move, people and goods can move unimpeded between the two borders. Therefore, it is the role of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to coordinate this and to make follow-ups. I'll also have the opportunity at the sidelines of all the meeting to meet with my counterpart, the Acting Minister of Foreign Affairs, and also so that we look into some of the issues that we need to cooperate on. One of the other things when it comes to infrastructure, I'm thinking of looking at issues of the railway, because railway line is very important, and transportation by rail is cost effective, and we can bring bulky goods to our country. We think this is going to be a momentous time, and that we will come back with something very tangible. I thank you so much.
How long will this let me just add this important information. بكره يوم 27 بيحصل افتتاح بتاع ما يسمى الفري زون. الفري زون is actually south of Kosti، يمكن في منطقة دربك، وده بيساعد في تخليص البضائع قبل ما تجي لجمهورية جنوب السودان، ودي خطوة مهمة جدا جدا في فتح المعابر والعبور وتفعيل التجارة بين الدولتين. مش بس تفعيل التجارة بين الدولتين، عشان الدولتين برضو يستفيدوا، لأنه التجارة أصلا كانت ماشية بطريقة غير رسمية وبطريقة يعني بتاعت تحريب وكده، فده حسا كده بتخلص من التحريب. So by tomorrow there will be the opening of the free zone south of Kosti, which is very, very important and a big progress for the two countries. Thank you.